Welcome back. Today I thought we'd do something a little bit different. No iFixit tools, no AliExpress tools, something a little bit different. I'm a bit of a tool junkie. I just would spend everything I had on tools if I had the chance. I just love getting new toys and having the right tool for the job, and just, you know, everything's a pleasure when you've got the right tool. So, let's begin. These are a few of my favorite tools. Right, these are engineer tools. Now, straight off the bat, I am not sponsored by Engineer. I have no affiliation with them at all. These are tools I've bought over the years, and some are old, some are new, and some I go out on site with, and some I use here in the workshop, and some I've bought recently. So I thought we'd go through them and just have a look and see what I like about them, and just give you a feeling for what's out there that you might not have and you might want to, you know, pick up and add to your collection. Anyway, let's carry on. So first off, I've got this Stubby screwdriver. This is machined metal. It's also a ratchet screwdriver, and you can reverse the ratchet simply by removing the bit and putting it in the other side. It's magnetic, holds on really strong, and it gets in some very, very tight places. And the nice thing about it is it uses standard 1/4" bits, so you can just, if you want a Torx driver, you can put that in there, no problem at all. So this goes out in my tool bag on site with me when I'm doing installations and things like that, and that has got me out of trouble numerous times. Well worth it, and such a great little tool. Highly recommend it. Next, I've got this set of spanners. Turn that around, that might be easier to read. Yeah, there we go. So these are all metric, and they have 1/2 mil sizes as well as millimeter sizes. And I mainly got these to tighten and loosen laptop hinges, because these can get in, squeeze right into where you need them. And I've also found that they've helped out in a lot of other places as well. So if you want super slim, super strong, great quality spanners, mini spanners, definitely worth having. Highly recommended. These are a pair of scissors or shears that I bought quite a few years back. These are quite strong. It's the PH55, made in Japan. I like these, but they're not my go-to scissors. I usually use these if I'm cutting something a bit tougher, because these will go through pretty much anything within reason. Yeah, again, another recommended tool. These are the PS03 long nose pliers, and these have sort of a rounded exterior and very flat jaws all the way down. So these I use for pulling out ribbon cables where you've got to grab the little tab, and sometimes the tweezers, you just can't get enough grip with the tweezers. These make pulling out tabs in game controllers and things like that very easy. Also for doing things like bending component leads where you need to bend them to fit them in a through-hole component board. Those I use a lot, and they are in the workshop, and I've put a green bit of tape on there so that if they're sitting amongst some dark coloured things, I can spot them quickly and grab them easily. Well worth getting some of that tape. If the tool you like isn't brightly coloured, probably going to end up losing it on site or something like that. I highly recommend getting some of this sort of gaffer tape, which is like a cloth-based tape, very, very sticky and strong, just to mark the tools so you can spot them easily. This is another version of their long nose pliers. See that one there? So that's a PS01. As you can see, these go out on site with me. These get used a lot, and I need to put a piece of tape on that one as well. Keep forgetting. These, yeah, very, very well made precision jaws. I use them quite a bit on site. And next I've got a hex wrench set. Nothing special, they're just small millimeter sizes. I bought this to adjust some camera stuff and some microscope stuff and things like that. Japanese and quite strong, quite high quality, so yeah, again, worth getting. This one is a pair of tweezers. They're anti-magnetic, which can be quite useful in some cases, especially if you're working around speakers and things like that. Those are the PT10s, and they're just quite a heavy duty sort of bull nose, rounded nose tweezer with serrations inside. Because sometimes you want something that's not really, really sharp, and you just want something that's chunky and works well. Again, recommended. Next up are a pair of screw removing pliers. I've used these, but I put them back in the packet because why not? Packets look rather interesting. So basically these are specially made to grip the screw head on, and they work pretty well. I've been using them to do other things like remove rivets, and yeah, they work very well. So I'll open them up to show you. This is the PZ57. And you can see it's got a serrated curved jaw, which will go straight over the head of a screw or on a rivet or something like that, and they work very well. There's a picture. And the bigger one is the PZ58 or PZ58 if you're American. And these are called a Negisaurus. There you can see it. Again, really high quality. You can feel the precision, and well, the quality overall is very good. Again, something you never knew you needed until you have it. These I got because sometimes I've got some cables that are, or wires that are quite small and don't work well with the normal strippers. So these are the mini strippers from Engineer, and they're the PA06 spring loaded, and you've got the millimeter and American wire gauge sizes there, and that goes down very, very small. I think the only thing I have that sort of matches that or goes down that small is this extremely expensive CK stripper made in Germany, and that one is adjustable. So yeah, works very well, and another recommended purchase. These are micro cutters which I have not used yet. I do have a pair that I use quite frequently. These are in the workshop, and these are the NP05 ESD safe micro nippers. These are brilliant for getting in under, I don't know, sockets and things like that, laptop sockets. You just want to trim it off without putting heat or solder or something onto it. It will get under there, and I thought they do one that's even smaller. Let's give that a go. So here we are, ESD safe micro cutter, full flush cut, is it? Flash cut. So of course these, you know, you've got to look out for what you're actually cutting with something like this. This is meant for component leads and things like that. If you use it with anything else, you're probably going to destroy the tips. Oh, those are very, very fancy. Crazy small tips. Spring loaded. And those are the NZ12G or NZ12G. Ooh, very nice. This one, which is ceramic tipped tweezers, and I think these will go up to 1000 degrees Celsius, and of course they're non-conductive, so in very special circumstances you probably need something like that when you're working on electronic stuff, especially if you're going to be using hot air and you don't want to damage the hardened ends of your normal metal tweezers. I got these because they're quite thin, quite precision tips. I do already have some, but these are the reverse spring-loaded ones which clamp shut, and I use those mainly for holding bits of solder braid, because it doesn't conduct heat that well, and it's yeah, it works well with solder braid. So if we cut a bit of that off, then you don't have to worry about holding it shut and it slipping out. Works very well for solder braids. But these are a pair of cheap ones I got on eBay. And last of all, no, this is not a Gerber or Gerber. It's just using the packet, just using the case. This is another tool that I go out on site with, so I don't have to carry around a load of precision screwdrivers. These are only flathead and Phillips, but they very strong, work very well. Come with this handle, and they're double-sided. Of course, you can have them as short as that. Oops. Or if you need them extra long. Not something I'd use all the time in the workshop. I tend to use the Wera stuff or my electric mini wear screwdriver for stuff like that. But for going out on site and you just want something that's compact and versatile, definitely. So I'm going to link all of these in the description. They will be Amazon affiliate links, which means that you pay the same price, but if you buy them through my link, you help the channel out a little bit. And if I manage to sell 3 things within 180 days, then I get to keep my Amazon affiliate account or Amazon associates account. So please buy something, please. Thank you. Anyway, that's it. Until the next time, if you've got any questions, please ask in the comments, and I won't ask you to like and subscribe. Have a great time, and until the next one, see ya.